Captain Jake Morrison gazed into the endless expanse of space through the bridge window of the USS Liberty. The stars shimmered like scattered diamonds against a velvet abyss. Despite 2 decades of exploring the cosmos, the view still filled him with wonder. Yet today, a sense of unease lingered. Something wasn't right. "Captain, I'm detecting unusual readings on the scanner," said Ensign Billy Park from the communication console. His hands darted over glowing buttons and screens. "There's something massive out there, but it's not coming through clearly." Jake approached Billy's station, his eyes narrowing at the green waves flickering across the dark display. The patterns were chaotic like the clear dots of normal ships. It resembled static, colliding with lightning. "Lieutenant Commander Hayes." "Take a look at this," Jake called to his chief engineer, Lisa Hayes, a petite woman with sharp green eyes and grease-stained hands, was already striding over. Renowned for fixing and upgrading anything aboard the ship, Lisa squinted at the screen, frowning. "That's not natural, Captain." Dr. Kevin Stone glanced up from the science station. The tall, wiry man adjusted his glasses, his voice steady as he analyzed the display. "The energy signature indicates a vessel at least 10 times the size of our own. Its propulsion system is beyond anything we've encountered." Jake felt his stomach tighten. The Liberty was a fine ship built for exploration, not combat. Their weapons and shields were rudimentary at best. If this was a hostile force, they were at a severe disadvantage. "Sergeant Chen, prepare your Marines," Jake ordered. Sergeant Amy Chen, the ship's formidable security officer, nodded sharply. Short and muscular, she was equally deadly with fists, firearms, or explosives. "Already on it, Captain," she replied, speaking into her radio to summon her squad. Abruptly, the space ahead began to ripple like disturbed water. The stars warped and twisted in impossible patterns until, with a flash of violet light, a colossal ship materialized. Its dark gray hull bristled with jagged angles, glowing with symbols and colors that seemed to strain the eye. Holy Billy began, but stopped himself, its expression frozen in awe. The alien vessel dwarfed the Liberty, capable of enveloping it 50 times over. Smaller craft swarmed around it like wasps defending a hive. "All stop," Jake commanded. "Raise shields and ready weapons. Billy, try to establish contact." As power surged to the ship's defenses, the lights on the bridge dimmed. The low hum of the shields activating offered a fleeting reassurance. Though Jake knew they wouldn't withstand prolonged assault from a ship of this magnitude, Billy worked furiously at his console, sending standard first contact messages. "Across all frequencies, Captain. No response yet." The alien craft drifted closer, its details emerging with menacing clarity. Weapon ports dotted its surface like a predator's unblinking eyes. Arcs of energy leaped between strange towers rising from its hull. Captain Billy announced, his voice tense. "Psst. We're receiving a transmission." Billy's face turned ashen. "It's coming through on all channels and they're speaking English." "Put it on speakers," Jake ordered. A grating voice filled the bridge, sounding like metal scraping stone, cold and devoid of emotion. "Human vessel, you have entered the territory of the Zephyrion Collective. Contagion that must be eradicated. Surrender for processing, or be destroyed." Jake stepped forward, his voice steady. "This is Captain Jake Morrison of the Earth ship Liberty. We are explorers, not aggressors. We mean no harm to you or your people." The alien voice responded with a laugh, harsh and brittle, like shattering glass. "Harm? You pollute our air, consume our resources, exist in our galaxy. That is harm enough. You have 60 seconds to surrender." Lisa's hand gripped Jake's arm. "Captain, their weapons are powering up. Energy levels are spiking." Jake scanned the bridge. Billy was sweating, furiously trying to enhance their communication signal. Lisa was already running calculations for engine output. Dr. Stone examined the alien vessel with a mix of dread and scientific fascination. Amy checked her weapon, her expression resolute, ready to fight against impossible odds. These were good people, Jake thought, and they didn't deserve to die because some aliens deemed humanity unworthy. "All hands, this is the captain," he said through the ship's intercom. "Prepare for combat. We may be outmatched, but we won't go down without a fight. The alien ship fired first. A blue beam slammed into the Liberty's shields. Shaking the ship violently, sparks flew from control panels and alarms blared, shields down to 30%. Lisa shouted over the chaos, "Another hit like that and we're done?" Jake gripped the command chair as another blast rocked them. The bridge plunged into darkness before emergency power flickered on, bathing the room in an ominous red glow. "Auto-return fire," Jake commanded. The Liberty's weapons discharged, but their beams glanced off the alien ship's hull. Ineffective as raindrops against steel, the massive vessel advanced undeterred. A third strike hit. Main power failed entirely as the hum of life support systems fell silent, and the bridge was plunged into pitch-black stillness. "Electromagnetic pulse," Lisa's voice said, low and grim. "It's fried every system on board. We're dead in the water." Jake switched on his emergency flashlight. In its faint beam, he saw his crew, frayed but resolute, unbroken, even in the face of despair. "Billy, how long can we survive on?" "Emergency life support." Billy checked a handheld device. 72 hours if we're lucky. The alien voice crackled through their personal communicators, unaffected by the EMP. "You see how effortlessly we disable you? Surrender, and your deaths will be swift. Resist, and you will suffocate slowly in the dark." Jake stood straighter, his resolve firm. "Lisa, is there anything on this ship that still works?" For a long moment, there was silence. Then Lisa's voice came, a whisper. "Maybe. Storage Bay 7. The experimental equipment there is isolated from the main systems." "What kind of experimental equipment?" Dr. Stone asked. Lisa hesitated. "Project Prometheus. Quantum manipulation tech. It was supposed to be tested at the space station, but she trailed off. Maybe we could use it to repair the ship." Jake's heart leapt at the glimmer of hope. "Can you make it work?" "I don't know, Captain. It's untested. It could save us or destroy us." Jake thought of his crew, the aliens threatening Earth, and the survival of humanity. "Let's see what Prometheus can do." In the silent, darkened corridors of the Liberty, surrounded by an enemy bent on their destruction, the crew began to plan. Lisa Hayes crawled through the cold ship, her flashlight beam cutting through the void. Behind her, Dr. Stone and Billy followed, their lights casting fleeting shadows. The ship felt lifeless, no hum of engines, no whir of air circulation. Though she knew the aliens couldn't hear them, they reached a heavy, warning-labeled door. Lisa keyed in the access code she'd memorized months ago. The door slid open with a hiss, powered by its own isolated battery. With strange machinery metal consoles linked by thick cables, screens glowing faintly with untouched potential, the screens in the storage bay were dark and silent, his flashlight beam reflecting off the sphere's smooth surface. "That's the quantum manipulator," Lisa confirmed. "It breaks matter down to its smallest components and rebuilds it into anything we want, or at least, that's the theory." Dr. Stone approached cautiously, adjusting his glasses to examine the device. The documentation labeled this too. The energy demand alone could overload any ship's power system. Lisa smirked faintly. "Lucky for us, our power system's already dead. Nothing left to overload." Over the next hour, they connected portable power cells to the manipulator. Lisa's hands moved deftly in the dim light, her mind focused. She had memorized the schematics long ago, imagining this moment, but never under these dire circumstances. "Lisa, I've got the communication array working." Using a portable radio, he had linked it to one of the quantum devices. "Good work, Billy," Lisa replied, "but let's see if this thing works first." She finished the last connection and stepped back. "Dr. Stone, ready to make history?" Stone hesitated, his expression uncertain. "The risks are astronomical. A dimensional rift or a cascade reaction could destroy local space-time." "Doc, we're dead in 3 days anyway," Lisa countered. "I'd rather risk the impossible than wait to suffocate." She activated the manipulator. The sphere began to glow faintly, its rings spinning faster with each second. Energy arced between them like tiny bolts of lightning. "It's working." Stone exclaimed, studying his instruments. The quantum field is stable, and energy output is within safe limits. Lisa's pulse quickened. Let's start small. Billy, hand me that fried tablet. Billy passed her a tablet ruined by the imp. Its screen was cracked and lifeless. Lisa placed it into a chamber connected to the manipulator. Here goes nothing. She pressed a button. The tablet vanished in a flash of blue light. For a moment, there was only silence. The quantum field analyzed its structure and rebuilt it atom by atom, Stone explained. It's like having a blueprint. We need to reach the engine room. If we can rebuild the main power core, we can restore life support and basic systems. Other crew members joined them along the way. Sergeant Amy Chen brought her Marines to assist, while Captain Morrison arrived with more supplies. How risky is this, Lisa? About a 15, Lisa admitted. Staying here doing nothing is a 20. The ship's main power core loomed ahead a massive fusion. Repair it. Everyone, except essential personnel, clear the engine room, Morrison ordered. If this fails, I don't want to lose the whole crew. Lisa carefully positioned the manipulator, directing the quantum field at the power core. The room filled with blue light as the machine activated. Energy crackling louder than before. Melted components reformed into pristine shapes. 10 minutes later, the reconstruction was complete. Initiating startup sequence, Lisa announced. Her hand hovered over the power button. Then, the core emitted a steady hum, systems roaring to life. Lights flickered on across the engine room as the air circulation system resumed its steady hum. Billy shouted, punching the air. Their celebration was short-lived as an alarm blared. Captain Morrison's radio crackled to life with Amy Chen's urgent voice. Captain, you need to get to the bridge. Right now. The aliens are moving, sending smaller ships toward us. Morrison grabbed his radio. On our way. But I want to try something else first. What do you mean something? The manipulator didn't just fix our power core, it enhanced it. Energy output is 30% higher than its original specs. I'm right. We can apply quantum enhancements to every system on the ship. You want to upgrade the entire ship? Morrison asked. Not just upgrade, Lisa said, excitement in her voice. Transform it. The Zephyrions think we're using primitive tech. Let's show them what humans can really do. Outside Zephyrion, attack craft approached the Liberty. Their pilots expected to find a lifeless ship adrift in space. Instead, their sensors picked up energy signatures that defied logic. The human ship wasn't just operational. Lisa worked feverishly, applying quantum enhancements to every reachable system. If her calculations held. You need to see this, Lisa called. Morrison joined her at the display. What am I looking at? Lisa pointed to the readings. Our power output has increased by 300% in the last 10 minutes. The quantum field isn't just repairing our systems, it's connecting them. Everything's working together in ways I didn't think possible. Dr. Stone's face was pale as he studied the data. Lisa, I'm detecting quantum entanglement. The hull, engines, even the computers there, all becoming linked at the subatomic level. Captain, the alien ships are closing in 20 minutes out. But sir, something strange is happening here. The ship, it's changing. The hull is growing thicker, stronger, and it's moving. Moving. Captain, Billy said. Lisa checked the manipulator. Everything appeared normal, yet energy levels kept climbing. Then we planned. It's not just enhancing the ship, it's making it evolve. Chen's voice came through next, sharp with urgency. Lights coming on before switches are flipped. Equipment that reacts to our needs without commands. Morrison's jaw tightened. Lisa, can you control this process? Not sure, she admitted. The tech is beyond anything we've ever created, but I think I can direct it toward what we need most. Lisa took a deep breath, placing her hands on the manipulator. She closed her eyes, envisioning what the Liberty needed. Stronger armor, advanced weapons, faster engines. But with transformation, the hull became denser, woven with metal fibers like veins. Circuits fused with the structure itself. The boundary between machine and living organism began to blur. Captain, the weapon systems are changing, Billy reported. The computer doesn't recognize them. Dr. Stone's voice trembled with awe. They're probability manipulators. Instead of firing energy beams, they'll project controlled quantum states. We could make enemy ships cease to exist. What does that mean, Doc? Morrison asked. It means, Stone said, we can erase them from reality. The transformation continued. The engines reshaped themselves into something capable of bending space and time. Shields morphed into reality anchors, defying physics itself. But the most extraordinary change was within the crew. As the quantum field expanded, it began connecting to their minds. Lisa felt it first. The ship wasn't just operational. It was alive, and it was part of her. Captain, Lisa said softly, her voice filled with wonder. It's like the Liberty is an extension of me. The Liberty's navigation systems shifted instantly as captain. Morrison's thoughts lingered on the approaching alien ships. The weapons adjusted on their own, targeting the enemy vessels without a single command. This is incredible, Billy said over the radio. I just thought about contacting Earth, and the communication system started broadcasting automatically. The signal's being boosted by quantum entanglement. They'll get our message instantly, no matter the distance. Amy Chen's voice was filled with awe. Captain, my weapons are changing too. My rifle just grew new parts in these bullets. They look like liquid light. Now, the alien attack ships were now only 5 minutes away. Their pilots could see the Liberty clearly, but their sensors registered absurd readings. The ship's mass fluctuated wildly. Its energy signature was beyond comprehension. And worst of all, it seemed to be staring back at them. On the Liberty's bridge, Captain Morrison sat in his command chair, the ship responding to his every thought. When he wanted a closer view of the enemy, the main screen complied instantly. When he considered their weapon capabilities, detailed analyses materialized before him. Lisa, are we ready for this? He asked, her voice, stronger now, resonated through the ship's quantum-linked systems. Captain, we're more than ready. Those aliens are about to face something they've never encountered. A ship that thinks. Weapons that choose their targets. And armor that strengthens under attack. The first alien ship fired, unleashing a beam of energy capable of leveling a city. It struck the Liberty's hull, but instead of exploding, the ship absorbed the energy, using it to enhance itself. The quantum-enhanced armor adapted. It's becoming immune to that type of weapon entirely. Return fire, Jake commanded. The Liberty's weapons fired not with energy beams, but with waves of controlled probability. It simply ceased to exist. One moment, it was there. The next, it had never been. The other alien pilots froze, staring at the empty space where their companion had been. Their instruments registered no debris, no explosion, just nothing. This is impossible, one whispered over the Symes. Dr. Stone studied the aftermath with fascination. Captain, we didn't destroy that ship. We erased it from existence. As far as the universe is concerned, it was never built. Jake felt the Liberty's power coursing through him. The ship was no longer just a vessel, it was a part of him, and he of it. Together, they were rewriting the very laws of existence. The remaining alien ships hesitated, their fear palpable through the Liberty's sensors. In their moment of uncertainty, Jake realized humanity had just taken its first step toward becoming something greater than anyone could have imagined. The aliens shifted into an attack formation, surrounding the Liberty. A transmission from the Zephyrion flagship, Billy reported. Put it through, Jake ordered. The alien commander's voice, once cold and commanding, now trembled with fear. What have you done to yourselves? Jake's reply was calm. We upgraded. You wanted to destroy us, so we became something you can't destroy. Through the Liberty's enhanced sensors, Jake observed the alien commander, tall and gaunt, with gray skin and 4 arms. His large black eyes fixated on his monitors, which displayed incomprehensible readings from the Liberty. Your vessel violates the natural laws of this universe, alien stammered. Such technology should not exist. Lisa's voice came through, steady and urgent. Captain, their flagship is charging a reality anchor weapon. It's designed to freeze space-time and block quantum manipulation. Dr. Stone's thoughts joined in. If they activate that weapon, it could trap us within normal physics. We'd lose all our advantages. Jake felt the Liberty's quantum field expand, analyzing the enemy weapon. Information streamed directly into his mind. The reality anchor created a bubble of fixed physical laws, nullifying quantum effects. "Amy, can your Marines handle a boarding action?" Jake asked. Chen's determination resonated through the quantum link. "We're ready. Captain, our quantum gear can phase through their hull. We'll be inside before they know we're coming. Do it." Amy's team assembled in the shuttle bay, but they didn't need shuttles anymore. The Liberty's quantum field enveloped them like a protective cocoon. They stepped through the hull and into the void of space. The aliens opened fire, but their energy weapons passed harmlessly through the Marines. Existing in a different quantum state, the team was untouchable. Inside the alien flagship, chaos erupted. Sensors detected human life signs appearing throughout the ship, but no intruders were visible. Amy's team moved like phantoms through the alien corridors, heading for the bridge. Meanwhile, the Liberty engaged the remaining alien vessels. The enemy fired reality anchor missiles, designed to trap the human ship in a bubble of fixed physics. But the Liberty's quantum field had become too powerful. Instead of being neutralized, the missiles were absorbed, their energy converted into fuel for the Liberty. "Their weapons are making us stronger," Lisa reported, her voice filled with wonder. Jake felt the ship's growing strength coursing through him. The Liberty was no longer just a piece of human technology. It was a living machine, capable of thinking, adapting, evolving in real time. One alien ship, desperate to make an impact, attempted a direct collision. The vessel struck the Liberty's hull at immense speed. But instead of causing damage, the contact triggered a quantum transformation. The alien ship was absorbed into the Liberty, its metal and systems seamlessly integrated into the human vessel.
"Are we away?"
"Just ate their ship," Billy said in disbelief. "It's part of us now." On the bridge of the alien flagship, Amy Chen and her Marines materialized like ghosts, becoming solid. The Zephyrion crew scrambled for weapons, but Amy's quantum-enhanced rifle fired first. Instead of killing, the beam rendered the aliens unconscious, plunging them into a deep, peaceful sleep. "We've taken control of their bridge, Captain," Amy reported. "Their reality anchor weapon is ready to fire. I can shut it down." Jake's reply was calm but firm. "Negative, Sergeant. Let them fire it. I want to see what happens." Amy turned to the last conscious Zephyrion on the bridge, their commander. His wide black eyes were filled with terror. "You're not human anymore," he whispered. Amy's response was steady. "We're still human, just better humans." The reality anchor weapon fired. A wave of energy designed to freeze space-time rippled outward, enveloping both ships. For a brief moment, Jake felt the Liberty's quantum field falter. Systems flickered as if struggling against the imposed normalcy. Then something extraordinary occurred. The Liberty's quantum field pushed back, bending the rules of fixed physics to its will. The ship began to change again. "We're not just resisting the anchor," Dr. Stone murmured, his voice awestruck. "We're rewriting it." The bubble of locked space-time distorted, amplifying quantum effects instead of suppressing them. The Liberty's power surged, its systems evolving at an exponential rate. Jake felt the transformation within himself. His thoughts moved faster, his understanding deeper. He could perceive countless potential outcomes of the battle, each unfolding. In his mind simultaneously, one where they destroyed the Zephyrian fleet, another where they converted the alien ships, and a third where the battle simply never occurred, erased from history. "Captain?"
Lisa called.
Her voice a mix of exhilaration and caution. "The quantum field is spreading. It's affecting space-time for light years in every direction." Through the Liberty's sensors, Jake saw other alien fleets reacting to the disturbance. Across the galaxy, word was spreading something impossible was happening near the edge of Zephyrian space. The Zephyrian commander stared at Amy, a dawning realization in his expression. "You've become gods," he said quietly. Amy shook her head. "No, we've become human. Real human, the kind that doesn't give up when you try to wipe us out." Jake felt the Liberty's quantum field reaching far beyond the ship, connecting. With human minds across Earth, knowledge flowed instantly, shared without barriers. The quantum enhancement process could transform every human colony, ship, and individual. "Billy, open a channel to Earth Command," Jake ordered. "Channel open, Captain." Jake's words carried the weight of a new era. "Earth Command. This is Captain Morrison of the Liberty. We've encountered hostile aliens and we've found a way to fight back. Humanity is about to evolve. Are you ready?" The battle wasn't over, but Jake knew they had already won something greater. Proof that humans could adapt to anything. The galaxy would never be the same. 3 months later, Jake stood on the bridge of the Liberty, watching Earth grow larger. On the main screen, Blue Planet looked unchanged, but Jake knew humanity was forever different. "Captain, we're receiving hundreds of messages from Earth Command," Billy reported. "They want full details on the quantum enhancement process." Jake smiled, the connection between him and Billy seamless, through the Liberty's quantum field. The young officer's voice carried directly into Jake's mind, rich with shared understanding. The Liberty had become something extraordinary, a living computer capable of processing thousands of messages simultaneously. "Tell them we'll share everything," Jake said, his voice steady. "But first we need to complete our mission." Behind the Liberty, a fleet of 50 ships followed closely. They weren't ordinary vessels, they were Zephyrian ships, now transformed by human quantum technology. Their alien crews, inspired by what they had witnessed, had volunteered to join humanity, eager to embrace this new future. Lisa Hayes materialized on the bridge in a shimmer of light, her form shifting from quantum energy back to solid matter. She could now travel anywhere on the ship in an instant, existing as pure information when speed was necessary. "The conversion process is running smoothly, Captain," she reported. "All 50 ships are fully quantum enhanced and operating under friendly control. Their crews are adapting to the Neuralink systems faster than anticipated." Dr. Stone glanced up from his science station, where he monitored quantum fields stretching. "Across the solar system, the enhancement wave we sent out 3 months ago has reached every human ship and colony within 100 light-years. The entire species is evolving together." Jake felt a surge of both pride and unease. Sharing quantum enhancement technology with every human in space had been the right decision. But it was clear humanity was changing in ways no one could have foreseen. They weren't just adapting, they were becoming something entirely new, capable of reshaping reality with their thoughts. "Sir," Billy announced, "we're receiving a priority message from Admiral Parker at Earth Command." The Admiral's face appeared on the main screen, her expression resolute but weary. "Captain Morrison, your quantum enhancement wave has triggered unexpected effects here on Earth. People are developing telepathic abilities. Some can move objects with their minds. Others claim they can see the future." "That's to be expected, Admiral," Jake explained. "The quantum field connects human consciousness to the very fabric of reality. We're not becoming less human. We're becoming more human than ever before." Amy Chen's voice cut in from the marinebay.com, but commanding. "Admiral, my team has been training others in quantum combat techniques. The progress is astounding. Civilians with no combat experience are mastering reality-bending tactics in days." The Admiral nodded thoughtfully. "Captain, we need you to return to Zephyrion space immediately. Deep space sensors are picking up massive fleet movements. It looks like other species are mobilizing against us." Jake felt the Liberty's consciousness intertwine with his own, offering him a flood of tactical data. Images of alien fleets filled his mind, hundreds of ships from a dozen different species, all united by their shared fear of what humanity had become. They're calling themselves the Human. Data from the Liberty's quantum sensors streamed. In revealing the unthinkable, 7 major alien civilizations had united to stop humanity from spreading its quantum enhancement technology. "How many ships are we talking about?" Jake asked, his voice calm despite the gravity of the situation. "Over 3,000, Dr. Stone replied grimly. "They're massing at the edge of Zephyrion space, preparing for a coordinated attack on all human colonies and ships." Lisa's eyes glimmered with quantum energy as she processed countless probabilities. Captain, even with our enhancements, those numbers are dotting. We could fight, but the cost would be catastrophic. Jake closed his eyes, letting his consciousness expand through the quantum field. He felt the presence of millions of enhanced humans across the galaxy, their thoughts connected by the same network that linked his crew. They were frightened but resolute, ready to defend their right to exist and evolve. Opening his eyes, Jake spoke decisively. "Admiral," he said, addressing Parker, "I'm requesting permission to demonstrate humanity's capabilities, not through violence, but in a way they'll understand better." "What are you proposing, Captain?" the Admiral asked. Jake smiled. "I'm going to show them what happens when humans work together. Billy, open a channel to every enhanced human in the galaxy." "Channel open, Captain." Jake's voice resonated across the quantum network, reaching millions. "This is Captain Morrison. You've seen the reports about the Coalition gathering to stop us. I'm not asking you to fight them. I'm asking you to help me show them something better." Through the quantum link, Jake shared his vision. It was bold, bordering on impossible instead of preparing for war. Humanity would demonstrate the true potential of their enhancements. For the next week, every human ship, station, and colony worked in unison. Dead asteroids were transformed into lush, life-sustaining worlds. Broken ships were rebuilt stronger than ever. Most ambitiously, they began constructing something that would change everything. At the edge of Zephyrion space, the alien coalition fleet waited. Their commanders expected to face desperate resistance from scattered human forces. Instead, they found a marvel that defied comprehension. Where empty space had been, humanity had quantum constructed a massive structure. It wasn't a weapon or a fortress. It was a gift. The structure, space station the size of a small moon, was built for multi-species cooperation. Gardens flourished with life forms from across the galaxy. Meeting halls were designed for peaceful interaction. Laboratories invited collaboration and the sharing of knowledge. "This is Captain Morrison of the Liberty to all Coalition ships." Jake's voice echoed across their frequencies. "We know you came here to stop us. Instead, we invite you to join us. Humanity doesn't want to conquer the galaxy. We want to improve it." Alien commanders stared at their screens, overwhelmed. The station, built in just 7 days, seemed like magic. But more significant was the message it carried, one of unity and progress, not dominance. Zephyrian captains who had joined humanity added their voices to Jake's transmission. "The humans didn't force us to change," one explained. "They showed us what we could become if we chose to evolve. Our old empire was built on fear and control. This new way is better." One by one, alien ships approached the station. To attack, but to explore, to learn, to see if they too could become something greater. Jake stood on the Liberty's bridge, watching through quantum sensors as the galaxy began to shift. The age of conquest and fear was ending. A new era of cooperation and growth was beginning. "Captain," Lisa said softly, standing beside him, "I think we just prevented the biggest war in galactic history." Jake felt the hopes and dreams of billions flowing through the quantum network. He smiled. "No, Lisa, I think we just started the greatest peace in galactic history." The Liberty turned toward the station, ready to help humanity take its next step into a future where the only limits were imagination and the courage to dream. They hadn't just upgraded their ship, they'd upgraded themselves, and through them, the entire Galaxy Containment Coalition, Dr. Stone added grimly.